Hello to everyone. I am Ramkaran and I welcome to our channel Global Perspective. Today I am going to discuss about system of government, not system of Karan Yadav, who is in trending on social media nowadays. Today this system is related to polity and constitution, of course related to government. So my dear friends, this is system, not system. But anyway, this is only for ice breaking between you and me. So certainly, let's delve into extensive discussions of various systems of governments, their features, advantages, and drawbacks within his one video episode. My friends, definitely this video would be long, so I hope you would watch it from start to finish. First of all, what is introduction of system of government? A system of government refers to a way a country's political power and authority are structured, organized and exercised. It outlines the relationship between different branches of government and distribution of power and the mechanism of decision makings. Various systems of government exist, each with its own characteristics, advantages, and challenges. In these comprehensive discussions, we will explore the major systems of government, including the democracy, authoritarianism, and monarchy, and more. First point, democracy. What is democracy? What is its features? Democracy is a system in which the power to govern is derived from the people. It involves the regular, free and fair elections, protections of individuals' rights, accountability of government to the electorate. And what is the advantage of democracy? Political participations. Democracy allows the citizens to participate in decision makings through the voting and other civic activities. Accountabilities. Elected officials are accountable to the people, promoting transparency and responsiveness. Protection of rights. Democracy often enshrines individuals' rights and freedom in law and constitution. Peaceful transitions. Regular elections facilitate peaceful transfer of power and prevent violent upheavals. Drawbacks. What is the drawbacks of democracy? So, slow decision making, of course. Democratic processes such as debated and consultations can slow down decision making in times of crisis. Populism. Democracy can sometimes lead to the short-term policies favored by the majority within the considering long-term consequences. Polarization. Democratic system can experience divisions and polarization among the citizens, hindering the effective governance. And authoritarianism. Authoritarianism is characterized by the concentrated power in the hands of a single leader of small elites. Political opposition is often suppressed and civil liberties can be limited. What is advantage of authoritarianism? Stability. Authoritarian regime can provide stability and quick decision making, which might be crucial in certain circumstances. Economic development. Authoritarian governments can provide economic growth within being bogged down by the democratic debates. And what is drawbacks of it? Lack of freedoms. Authoritarian regime often curtails civil liberties, stifling individuals' expression and rights. Lack of accountability within the limited checks and balances. Authoritarian leaders might escape the accountability for their actions. Repression. Suppression of political opposition of human rights. abused, abused can be rampant in authoritarianism system. And next, monarchy. Features: monarchy is a system where a single person, usually a kind of queen, holds hereditary power. Monarchy can be absolute of constitutional, depending on the extent of ruler's authority. And what is advantage of it? Continuity. Hereditary monarchy can provide a sense of continuity and tradition. Symbolic role. Monarchs can play a symbolic role representing national unity and identity. And what is the next? Drawbacks. Drawbacks of it: lack of accountability. Absolute monarch hold the unchecked power, which can lead to abuses, lack of accountability, and potential for the instability. In some cases, succession disputes or power struggles can create instability. Limited political power. In constitutional monarchies, the monarch political power is limited, raising questions about their role in governance. And next, theocracy. Features of theocracy. Theocracy is a system where religious leaders or religious texts hold authority in governance. Laws and policies are often based on the religious principles. Advantage. What is the advantage of it? Strong moral framework. Theocratic systems emphasize the ethical and moral values based on religious teachings. Social cohesion. Theocratic societies can experience a strong social cohesion due to shared religious beliefs. And what is the drawback of it? Lack of pluralism. Theocratic system can suppress the religious and identical diversity, limiting the individual freedoms. Interpretations challenges. Disagreements over the religious interpretations can lead to controversies and conflicts. Potential for abuse. Theocratic leaders might manipulate the religious authority for personal or political gain. And next, oligarchy. What is the features of oligarchy? Oligarchy is a system where power is concentrated in the hands of few elite individuals of groups, who often based on the factors such as wealth, social status, or the political influence. And what is the advantage of it? Efficient decision making. Oligarchies can make decisions swiftly due to the small group of decision makers. Stability. A powerful elite can maintain stability by ensuring their interests ally with the governance. And what is the drawbacks? Inquiry oligarchy can perpetuate social and economic inequality by favoring the interest of the elite. Lack of representation. Oligarchy may not reflect the diverse needs and aspirations of the broader population. Corruption. Concentrated power can lead to corruption and exploitation. And six, that means next, anarchy. Features of anarchy. Anarchy is a state of absence of government and authority. While not a formal system of government, it is worth discussing as an extreme opposite to other system. And what is the advantage of it? Minimal interference. Anarchy offers a maximum personal freedom and minimal government interference. But what is the drawback of it? Lack of order without a governing structure. Anarchy can lead to chaos, conflicts, and insecurity. Lack of public goods. Absence of government means no provisions of public services and goods like education and healthcare. Erosion of rights. lack of authority can lead to the erosion of individual rights as individuals resort self-preservation. And conclusion, as a next we see as a conclusion, in short, different system of government offer unique sets of advantage and drawbacks. The choice of system depends on the country's historical, cultural, and social context. While democracy is often seen as a most just and inclusive system, it's important to recognize that each system can evolve and adapt based on the needs of the people. Striking a balance between governance, individual freedoms, and collective well-being is an ongoing challenge that societies around the world continue to grapple with. As history has shown, the pursuit of ideal system of government is a complex and dynamic process. Now, my friends, we see about the presidential system and parliamentary system of government. Certainly, comparing presidential and parliamentary system of government requires a comprehensive exploration of their features, advantage, disadvantage, and real-world examples. Extensive discussions of this both system in this video. Introduction. Presidential and parliamentary system are two distinct models of governance, each with its own set of characteristics and implications. These systems define the structure of executive branch and the relationship between the executive and legislative branches and the mechanism of decision making and the accountability. In this comprehensive comparison, we will explore the features, advantage and disadvantage and real world example of both presidential and parliamentary system of government. Then, what is the presidential system? What is the features of presidential system? So, then a presidential system is characterized by a clear separation of powers between the executive and legislative branches. The president serves as both head of states and head of government. The president is elected separately from the legislature and holds the significant executive powers, including veto authority, appointment of key officials, and foreign policy decisions. The executive and legislative branches are independent of each other, with their own mandates and source of legitimacy. What is the advantage of it? First of all, stability and accountability. Wow! In a presidential system, the president's fixed terms provides stability by preventing snap elections. The president is directly accountable to the electorate for their performance, as they are elected by the people. And strong leadership. A presidential system allows for decisive strong leadership, as a president's authority is often not subject to frequent legislative challenges. And third, clear mandate. The separation of powers ensures that the presidential has a distinct mandate from the people, allowing them to pursue their policy agenda without being undermined by the legislative opposition. But it has disadvantages. Rigidity and the gridlock. The separation of power can lead to gridlock and paralysis if there is a lack of cooperation between the executive and legislative branches. And second, lack of checks. The president's substantial powers can result in limited checks on their authority, potentially leading to abuses of power. Divided government. If the president's party doesn't hold a majority in the legislature, it can lead to divide government, making it difficult to pass the legislation. Real world examples. First of all, USA, United States of America. The US is a classic example of presidential system. The president elected separately from the Congress holds executive powers and serves as both head of state and government. Brazil also a presidential system where the president is elected through the direct elections and holds the significant executive powers. And next point, parliamentary system. What is the parliamentary system? What is the features of parliamentary system? A parliamentary system integrates the executive and legislative branches more closely. The head of government, often the prime minister, is drawn from the majority parties or coalitions in the legislature. The head of state, often a ceremonial figure, is separate from the head of government. The government's survival depends on the confidence of the legislature, and the prime minister can be removed through a vote of no confidence. But what is advantage? Advantage is first, flexibility. Parliamentary system allow for a quicker decision making. As the executive and legislative branches work closely together, the government's tenure can be cut short if it loses the legislature's confidence, promoting the adaptability. And second, checks and balances. The prime minister accountable to the legislature, which provides checks on their authority. This can prevent the concentration of power. Stable majority. Third, coalitions government are common in parliamentary system, ensuring a broader base of support and reducing the risk of decisive politics. But what is the disadvantage? Instability. Frequent elections can lead to political instability. As a government might change frequently due to confidence votes or a coalition's disagreements. Second, lack of strong leadership. The prime minister's authority can be constrained by the coalition's partners or need to maintain legislative support, potential leading to weak leadership. And third, party politics. The close relationship between the executive and legislative branches can result in party politics overshadowing national interest. Real world example, UK, United Kingdoms. The UK operates under a parliamentary system. The Prime Minister is the head of government and is accountable to the House of Commons. And next, our country, India. India's parliamentary system features a Prime Minister who is the head of government and is selected from the majority party in Lok Sabha, House of People. Comparison. First of all, first point, separation of powers. Presidential features a clear separation of power between the executive and legislative branches, and parliamentary integrations the executive and legislative branches with a more fluid relationship. And second point, executive formation. The presidential, the president is elected separately from the legislature and serves as a fixed terms. But parliamentary, the prime minister is drawn from the majority party or the coalitions in the legislature. And third point, leadership style. Presidential allows for a stronger and more decisive leadership. Parliamentary can lead to more consensus based on the coalitions driven by leadership. And fourth point, accountability, accountability. In presidential system, the president is directly accountable to the electorate. Parliamentary, the prime minister is accountable to the legislature and can be removed through a vote of no confidence. And 5-point decision making speed. In presidential system, decision making can be slower due to separation of powers. But in parliamentary system, decision making is usually faster due to the close relationship between the executive and legislative branches. And 6-point stability vs flexibility. In presidential system provides stability but may lead to rigidity, gridlock. In parliamentary offers the flexibility but can lead to frequent changes in government. And 7, checks and balances. In parliamentary system may have the fewer checks on the president's authority. But in parliamentary system involves checks on the prime minister's authority by the legislature. Now, we see as a conclusion, the choice between a presidential and parliamentary system depends on the country's historical, cultural and social context. Both systems have their strengths and weaknesses, and no system is inherently superior to the other. While a presidential system offers a stability and strong leadership, a parliamentary system provides a flexibility and closer checks on the executive power. Real-world examples demonstrate that both systems can be successful when adopted to suit the needs of country and its people. Ultimately, the effectiveness of a system of government depends on the ability of its institutions to ensure effectiveness, governance, protect individuals' rights, and foster a vibrant democratic process. So, my friends, that's all about system of governments. Thank you to everyone for listening me long video, and please like and subscribe my channel. Thanks.